Okay, in this final video of how to play a D chord on guitar, as you can see, we have the actual D chord that we're going after. Now, the reason why we went through all these lessons with all the different finger positions and little different kinds of D chords is because this is what stops people from playing the D chord when they just try to play the whole thing all at once. That's what stops people because they're not obeying the rules, okay, with the individual fingering positions, okay? And if you keep those individual finger positions the way that I've been showing you, one finger at a time, I find it 85 or 90% easier for the student to finally be able to play the D chord because they're already familiar with these finger positions, you know, and keeping things on and off and moving things around a little there. It's coordinated their fingers. So this method has proven just incredibly effective, okay? If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. I have more videos like this. I have a whole series called Finger Picking for Beginners. I'll have a link in the description area below for you. So if you want to learn how to do some basic finger picking, it's really easy. And I'm going to be showing, we're going to be using this D chord, and we're also going to be using an A5 chord, an E minor chord, and a simple G chord to be able to play a song together, okay? So I highly recommend taking those. Those are all ultra beginner lessons, okay? I'm going to show you how to do some finger picking. Okay, so now let's just finish off with this particular D chord here. What we're going to be doing is, I want to just say that it seems about 50-50 with my students, okay? Some of my students react better to doing this chord first and then placing that last finger down, okay? And we're going to get into how to play this. We're going to do one string at a time, of course. And some of my other students do better with just doing this position first and then getting this finger down, okay? So we're going to do both of them, okay? And then it's up to you which one you like better. But ultimately what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be able to keep that finger position, know that finger position, and keep it as one thing, okay? Because this is a very important finger position. This finger position forms different chords all over the neck. I'm sure you heard songs that okay. So what we're going to do here is let's start from this chord right here that we did the last time, okay? And I hope you've been practicing, okay? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding that this third finger here, okay? The ring finger. We're going to be adding that 3 frets up on the second string, okay? So we're going to play this chord, and your finger is already kind of here anyway, okay? Even if you have smaller hands and smaller fingers, what you got to do is you got to kind of stretch it out a little bit to get it as close to the frets as possible, okay? And you see how kind of this kind of worked in here? Even though for this particular chord, this is actually harder than this chord, okay? This is actually a little easier, okay? And if you just go ahead and play this chord, and then just go ahead and take this finger 3 frets up with your ring finger on the second string and go ahead and press as close to the fret as possible. Voila, there you have the actual D chord. And I'm strumming from the 4th string. You could strum from the 3rd string too. Okay? But you could see now that the way that my hand got arched and I got the discipline of having this arched here, it makes it easier to go ahead and to play that. Same thing, this has got to have a good arch. Okay, let me see if I can hone that in. You can see the arch right there. Actually, I think the best way to show it is like this. You can see that my arch is very good on the guitar. My thumb is back. Neck is tilted up in the air. So go ahead and try to play that chord, okay? start with this and just get this up over here, and you can even move this closer. See, now with this chord right here, it's hard, just these two fingers, it's hard to play that chord without, as with this finger right here, my index finger, it's hard to get close to the fret, but getting this finger in here almost like automatically gets it closer, okay? Now this finger, I almost am pinching the note. You see how much of an arch I have? I have a giant arch on my middle. I was stressing how important it is to arch your fingers for this chord, because that's going to allow you to be able to get your other finger, your ring finger, over 3 frets up on the 2nd string to play the full D chord. Okay? So once again, okay, rules of this chord: arching the fingers. This is a super arching chord. You've got to arch for this. Mega arch. Okay? Thumb in the right position, neck tilted. I'm wearing a guitar strap, although it's not doing anything. The tighter you pull the guitar strap, the better it gets the arch in the air. I could be on this, if you're still having trouble, you could be on this this leg, your left leg. That makes it even easier. I have a hard time making videos that way, though. So that's one way to play the D chord, okay? You can see the giant arch on this finger. You see how this is almost, I almost have it curled. You could see that it's really curled in there to be able to do it. I don't have this finger flat at all. If you flatten this finger out, there's no way you're playing this chord. If this finger is flat, it's got to be like this, really arched. This finger's got to have a mega arch in order to play this chord. I almost have this pinched in I'm almost pinching it this way. Let me just show you how much I'm doing it. I'm doing it like almost that much to be able to play that chord. You cannot play this note flat and physically get to those notes. You can't, okay? Without it sounding like a bad chord or having your fingers touching all the other strings, okay? So that finger's got to be a mega arch under all circumstances. Okay, so I told you that about 50% of my students react to starting with this chord and then putting your finger down. The other 50 seem to do well with starting with this D sus2 chord and just getting that finger in there, okay? This is the mega arch finger, okay? Okay, so you've got that chord down, hopefully. All you're doing is you're pressing on this. So either way that you can get your hand, you could see how much of an angle this, if you could see the angle here of this right in here, I have a severe angle happening. You know, it's almost bent, you know. That's okay. As long as you're touching the string right below the fret, that's okay. Okay? So my other students start with this and then are able to, that finger is already in this area anyway, and they just go ahead and press that. Okay? Now, one nice exercise that you could do with this is you could be taking this finger on and off, and that's a nice coordination move, okay? And the same strumming pattern that I was showing you. 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now when I'm taking my finger off, I'm not taking it way off. I'm taking it off just a little bit. I'm just raising it a little bit. Okay? You see how I'm doing that? With all those other, when we're taking our fingers off those other chords, sometimes you might feel that you have to take it way off. No, you're going to be going back there. Why would you, you know, it's like a round trip, okay, with your fingers, okay? You would take the shortest path, the path of least resistance. You know that you're going to have to go there, back again, if you're taking your finger off, okay? So to just show you that strumming pattern here from here. remember I told you that you could take any finger off? You can do it like this. 3, 4, middle finger off, 3, 4, middle, ring finger rather, off the second string, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can do this, watch this. Index finger off. So get creative with it. Play forms of these chords, okay? But the basic forms for starting out and learning this full D chord is either the D6 chord or the D sus2 chord, and then adding the appropriate finger, okay? We're going to be adding this finger. I've had one student that used this chord, okay, to be able to learn the full D chord. He started with this chord right here. You can press down on any 3 of those notes in the D chord, any 2 of them, and then add another finger, okay? So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I think I said that already. And I hope to see you in another video. I may have a continuation of this and do some songs with just the D chord. Maybe I'll write a song and then show you how to play a song with just these forms of the D chord, okay? So definitely subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. We'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.